Critter Profile. Sampson. Overview. Name, Sampson. Species, Canis familiaris. Doberman Pinscher. Pictured at left. Primary caretaker, terrestrial team, Daniel Stanford. Diet, dog food. Any brand will do, and he really likes it when you put a slice of turkey on top. Housed, Wilson's Wildlife Center. Enclosure 3. Creature features. Sampson is our name for the strange Doberman we found terrorizing livestock over in Bull Run. He was most likely some sort of guard dog to begin with, and then either got out or was let out. We don't really know where or what he was guarding, but since we found him in Bull Run, I'd say it's pretty safe to assume that it's somewhere in Oregon. How he got out is still up for debate, but I'm willing to bet that he took advantage of a forgetful caretaker. As for the strange part, Sampson is probably one of the more interesting fauna we've encountered. When you try and look at Sampson, he appears all blurry, almost like you're looking at him through frosted glass. He also appears blurry in photos, which is a real pain for old Philip. Poor guy can't take any clear photos of Sampson for his critter profile. We honestly don't have an answer for why this is, but Dr. May, Boring's resident vet and our liaison to the supervisors, told us it was some sort of temporal displacement. We don't quite know what that means, but if anything, it makes Sampson more unique. That's not the only strange thing about Sampson, though. When he barks, it comes out much louder than it should. I mean, even the ground shakes. When we first went to pick him up, he barked at us and almost shook my fillings out. Well, it probably wasn't that severe, but it was loud nonetheless. Both of his strange abilities seem random when apart, but together they make perfect sense. He's hard to see, and his bark disoriented anyone near enough to hear it, which makes him the perfect guard dog. History. As we mentioned up above, we found Sampson over in Bull Run. He was wandering in the countryside, barking at anyone who got near. We got word of him when he started terrorizing some cows on Mary Beth's farm. Those cows must have really ticked him off, because when we got there, he was barking up a storm. We almost found a nice parking spot in a ditch due to all the shaking. When we got to the farm, Daniel managed to get him into the van using some beef jerky. We brought our questions up with May, and she asked her supervisors, who told us that Sampson was most likely guarding something for some group called MC&D. There's some sort of club for rich folk that sells those strange things the supervisors are always after. Things like Sampson, I guess. That rich folk club might have even made Sampson strange, but I can't even begin to think of how they did so. I don't think I would want to think about how they did it, to be honest. Anyhow, after we got Sampson back to the Wildlife Center, he absolutely refused to leave the kennel in the van. We only managed to get him into an enclosure by using half of Laura's turkey sandwich. Daniel led him right into there, and Sampson gobbled that sandwich up like he was starving. He might have been for all we know. It was hard to check with Sampson being out of focus and all. That could also be why he's so difficult to see, so you can't tell if he's hurt and whatnot. He wasn't hurt as far as we could tell, so that's good. Sampson also seems to have taken a liking to Daniel. It might be because of that turkey sandwich that he gave to Sampson. Or it could be because he gave him that beef jerky. Whatever the reason, Daniel has volunteered to be Sampson's primary caretaker, which I have no problem whatsoever with. As long as the animals are happy, I'm happy. Special needs and accommodations. We've got Sampson in Enclosure 3 for now, and he seems to be enjoying it so far. We would like to put him with some other canines, but with how aggressive he's been towards everyone but Daniel, we're afraid that he might injure them in defense. That seems pretty cruel on our part, but we don't want to injure any animals if we can help it. He doesn't seem to mind being on his own so far, but he'll have to learn to be more friendly at some point. He's also got his very own doggy pool now, and let me tell you, he loves to play in that thing. We can barely get him out of it. Notes about Sampson. On July 10th, 2018, we got reports of several lost dog posters appearing around town. They all include a blurry picture of what appears to be Sampson, and they also call him by the name Daniel gave him, which is Sampson. They were put up by a man named Jonathan Stanford, who claimed to be Daniel's brother, which is strange considering that Daniel doesn't have any brothers. We told May, and she told us that the supervisors would look into it. The whole thing has Daniel a little shaken up. I tried talking to him about it, but he wouldn't say a word. Poor guy.